Hello guys! When I started my vlog at the very beginning of the brutal Russian invasion, I did not expect it will take me so long to update you on brutal Russian crimes and heroic Ukrainian resilience. But at the same time, I did not expect I will have 100,000 friends on the channel. I am very grateful and honored to have you in my life. And to mark this event, because actually we cannot celebrate the vlog that is dedicated to war, I hope sometime soon we will celebrate the vlog that is dedicated to Ukraine, its cuisine, its trips and its people. But today we will celebrate in a family format, because I do consider you all of my friends and family. And we will cook borscht together. Yes, just me and Sasha behind the camera. One very important notice: you never cook borscht with or for someone who is not important. It is a ritual, it is an old Ukrainian tradition that I am happy to share with you, 100,000 friends. I know many of you come to this channel for some political updates. And then I have to tell you, borscht is also a political thing, because on one beautiful day in March 1953, when Stalin died, in an American restaurant, Ukrainian restaurant in America, people were serving free borscht to celebrate the death of the tyrant. And I hope sometime soon many Ukrainian restaurants all over the world will serve borscht to mark the end of Putin. Since childhood, I loved watching culinary shows, and I was always irritated with those cute chicks wearing white shirts, lots of jewels, and cooking something. I thought it's total BS, and now I'm repeating this mistake. No, Sasha, can you give me an apron, please? Let's do it. An ornament traditional for Ukrainian Carpathian region. Borscht is one of the favorite Ukrainian dishes. It is both a soup and the main course because it has lots and lots of ingredients in it. It is also a family tradition. And I know many of you tell me in every region there is a separate recipe of borscht, demonstrating how well you know Ukrainian culture. And I will tell you no. Actually, in every Ukrainian family you have your own recipe of borscht. And my family is not an exclusion, so today I will introduce you to my mother's version of borscht, but I will be talking more than cooking. That's my mistake and problem. In 2022, Ukrainian borscht has become a part of UNESCO heritage because of many efforts of many Ukrainian people, and especially of our chef Klopotenko, who did a lot to explain to the Commission of UNESCO that borscht is Ukrainian. But of course, in many countries in Southern Europe and in Eastern Europe, people cook similar dishes with a little bit different ingredients. And I know that in the United States there is something similar to the Borscht Belt, which actually unites immigrants from Eastern European countries who settled in the US and continue cooking borscht there. Let me know, my dear subscribers, are there any people who continue cooking borscht for centuries, even being far away from your old country in Europe? As any traditional and really old dish, borscht has lots of interpretations, but now we will look at its basic ingredients with the beetroot in the center. In general, I have to say that beetroot perhaps is one of the core ingredients of all Ukrainian cuisine, and you will meet it in various stews, salads, and of course in different kinds of borscht. I come from Volyn, and Volyn is a potato region. Potato is everywhere, and actually it's my favorite kind of food. Maybe not very girly or exquisite, but that's the reality. Potato is also one of the core ingredients of borscht, but some people prefer not to put it in the soup itself, if you can call borscht soup. It's so much more, but boil it separately and then eat instead of bread or just as an additional supplement. Carrot and cabbage, but you will not see cabbage in my choice of ingredients because my mom never put it in borscht. You know, I'm not thinking about borscht when I'm looking at this knife. I'm more thinking about Putin. but YouTube is too sensitive, so let's concentrate on more positive things. So what do we do with the beetroot? Well, first of all, we have to peel it, and then we can either chop it or we can grate it, or we can do both depending on what texture of borscht you want to achieve. In my case, I will chop it. I don't like it to be something like a porridge. Let me know, do you eat beetroot in your countries, and how do you cook it? I'm actually fun to cook with, you'll see right now. It's very beautiful, the color of the beetroot, and many centuries ago Ukrainian women would use it to decorate themselves instead of the blush. Let's do it. Like, oh my god, what can you do for the sake of YouTube? Most successful YouTubers, from what I know, are those who actually do food videos and makeup videos. So I'm the one now. Borscht is known on Ukrainian territories since the medieval ages, and actually many foreigners who travel here describe how much they liked Ukrainian borscht. So how would an ordinary cooking of a borscht would begin a couple of centuries ago? Well, perhaps from going into the fields, collecting all the ingredients that you need, and then starting to cook them. Borscht can be both prepared with and without meat, depending on the period of the year, because Ukrainians typically keep to the lands. Mine is going to be with meat, but I won't show that on the camera because somehow it does not look very cute when you boil a piece of meat. Carrot is good for your eyes, they said. Didn't help. I'm wearing contact lens. So you start by preparing the broth if you want to make it with meat. Any kind, literally any kind of meat can work, like pork, like chicken, like even goose sometimes. And of course a little bit of salo, which is similar to bacon to some extent, but very different from the Ukrainian perspective. Or you can choose and make it without meat, adding some specific ingredients that help make borscht more sustainable. Of course, we need beetroots, carrots, and potatoes, and a lot of onion. I don't know what about your culture, but in Ukrainian culture we eat a lot of onion and garlic. When I've told you that literally in every Ukrainian family there is a separate recipe of borscht, I was not exaggerating. It is a common reason for quarrels between mothers and daughters-in-law, between husbands and their fathers and other stuff, because everyone likes something special and thinks that only his or her version of borscht is ideal. And of course they do differ from region to region, because every Ukrainian region that is an agricultural region, because you know Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe, they have some particular things. For example, in my region we have a lot of mushrooms in the forest, so we put mushrooms in borscht. In the central part of Ukraine, more tomatoes, more pepper, and even cherries. Yes, sometimes they put cherries into borscht. Would you like to see some secret ingredients? In my family, we will put potato in small pieces, and also a peeled but whole potato, just because you can eat it later as a second course. Sometimes you take all the ingredients out of borscht after you finish the soup part and eat it as a second course. I think it's very sufficient and ecological. Our ancestors had really good traditions and I like it. Since childhood it was one of my favorite dishes. Don't tell me it's bad. I will leave you a recipe of my kind of borscht in the comments below this video, and remember to subscribe and also join my Instagram, where I share more of the stories from my everyday life. secret borscht ingredients. You can put all of them. You can choose one of the ingredients to make your borscht special, to give it a soul, if it's possible to say. So first of all, mushrooms, typical for my region, and yet they are really good in a kind of borscht that you cook before Christmas or on a Christmas Eve when you don't put meat, when you keep the Lent. And this is the Volhynian style of drying mushrooms. They simply spend summer or sunny autumn days outside drying and giving this fantastic aroma, porcini, and it looks really nice and cute. But in the Carpathian Mountains, they have a different type of dried mushrooms you can buy there everywhere, literally. So I hope the day when it is safe to travel to Ukraine is soon, and you come and you smell these really beautiful white mushrooms, we call them, from the Carpathian Mountains, and they are dried in ovens, these old style ovens, and they are very crispy. You can literally sprinkle your spaghetti with it, making really good sauce without any effort. So you can choose and add mushrooms to borscht. Or if you come from central Ukraine, as my great-grandma, Chernihiv region, actually the capital of Ukrainian hetmans Baturin, you will add some dried cherries. They are sour and they make borscht taste more prominent. A very typical ingredient too. I want to show you these beans that are often added to borscht. And I think this is art. Honestly, I want to spill them on this, how do you call this, plate with Petrikivka decoration. Just look at them. Look at how beautiful the structure, texture and color is. And on Ukrainian markets, you can find actually like dozens of different colors and dozens of different tastes. Do we add them to our borscht? I think yes. And some of my favorite ingredients too, quite exotic, and I think that's what you have to learn from the Ukrainian borscht video. These are pieces of pears, but these are no ordinary dried pears, but smoked ones. Ukrainian popularizer of borscht, Klopotenko, Chef Klopotenko, always adds them, but my great-grandmother did that too. Or if you don't like pears, they don't give actually very strong taste, you can add some prunes. But they also have to be smoked because they add this lightly smoked aroma to borscht, making it very exquisite. So before putting most of the ingredients into the broth that we have already prepared, we have to pre-cook them on a frying pan, thus making them softer and revealing their inner tastes. Sunflower oil is the most popular oil in Ukraine. You can also put some salo and get the oil out of it. Do you get oil out of salo? Something different. But anyway, sunflower oil is top in Ukraine, and sunflower is our symbol because there are many of them, especially in those war-torn regions. And I'm so proud that many of Ukrainian volunteers bring dried borscht ingredients even to the trenches where people can cook them using just boiling water, feeling that taste of home, remembering what they are standing for and knowing that we love and care about them. I love this sound of cooking in the house. You know, all Ukrainians know that the best borscht is the one that was cooked yesterday, because it takes time to absorb all the aromas. That's why the original borscht that we are going to show you sometime soon, I cooked yesterday. But after you've cooked the broth, you add the pre-cooked ingredients like beetroots, carrots, onions, potatoes. Some people like and add cabbage, and all the secret ingredients that you choose into the broth and let it boil slowly. Sometimes we can cook borscht for hours, making it a really slow and tasty dish. I will leave the recipe of my borscht below this video, but more Ukrainians in Ukraine actually eat borscht than cook borscht. So let me introduce you to the ritual of how you eat borscht as a Ukrainian. And here comes one of the top products of Ukrainian cuisine in general. Sometimes you can even be tested whether you're Ukrainian or not on the basis of smetana, which is sour cream. We eat it literally with everything, and of course it's a must when eating red borscht. Salo. It can look differently, it can be covered with different kinds of pepper, or it can go raw, but it must be cold, almost freezing cold. And garlic. I know, but it protects you from various viruses and evil spirits. Oh my god, I have almost forgotten about one of the main specialties to go with borscht, pampushki. Sasha, give us some pampushkas. You treat bread with respect in Ukraine and I think all over the world, so this is how they look. I did not bake these ones myself, you can guess. They smell very good because they add garlic and dill. Like, there are not many vegetarians in Ukraine, and the saying says you will not spoil borscht with meat. Now you will see how I spoil my shirt. It's good. Дуже добре. Смачно. I'm not going to put this spoon inside. I'm doctor's daughter. Stop. I wasn't joking when I've told you that yesterday's borscht is much better than a fresh one. And we eat borscht for various occasions. This may be for an ordinary day when you don't have many food in the house and you try to make something good out of nothing. But it can also be for a holiday, for a sad or a happy event. Borscht is literally everywhere and every time with a Ukrainian. Ukrainians are very brave. You see, it's hot, like from hell. But we are strong enough. No vampires in Ukraine. We all eat garlic. I know it's not sexy, but it's reality. Sasha has just complimented me, saying that my nail polish is the color of borscht. I don't know if it's the kind of compliment I was waiting for, but and the secret and central ingredient of all Ukrainian cuisine, sour cream.
Okay, Anya, out. It's my mission, my time. I will попробовать. Taste Anya's works. Borscht. Yes, на свій страх і риск. I hope, I believe this borscht is very tasty, because borscht is my favorite dishes. When I traveling, when I go to cafe, I always замовляю. Order borscht and deruny.
Yes.
Deruny. Yes, and well, it's very tasty. Неочікувано.
Unexpected. Нормально?
Yes, very tasty.
Are you doing it on a camera or really?
No, really. It's serious. I have the best job in all world. Do you want more video with food on this channel? I want, because it's very tasty. And salo and pampushka, it's very tasty duet.
Tasty duet.
Yes. Okay, Anya. Goodbye.
Thank you guys for 100,000 subscribers and 100,000 friends. We love you, follow more, and I hope sometime soon we will celebrate victory on this channel. Subscribe, share, and Slava Ukraini!
Героям слава!